I hope I will not get kicked suborbital with this. But it's okay. We want to talk drivers that are maybe on the chopping block and could potentially be considered as a weak link. Will Power, I think, is getting up there just because of how steady he's been. I know we've been talking about his consistency. But again, so let me, Ben, I need you to let me finish talking. Ben, I need you to let me finish talking.
I feel like I'm on first take right now.
And I swear I'm not.
We're on first take.
With how much young talent we've got coming into this sport right now, you can imagine that maybe it's time for a change for the captain. And I think if anyone is in a position to maybe exit and go to another team, bye, Ben. I think if anyone is in that position, I think it would be Will Power.
So basically what you're suggesting is that Roger Penske ships Will Power off to IMSA like he did with Pagenaud and Castroneves.
I am saying he gets a drive for another team and then has the most insane season of his life and wins every single.
You got Kobe crying.
I've laughed so hard. I actually have tears in my eyes right now.
Oh man!
Oh no!
Okay.
So I want to know what Ben thinks because he's thinking a lot over there. Because I think that's more egregious than me saying Colton Herta is a weak link.
I'm not okay, and again, I'm not saying like you. I'm not saying that it's Jover for Power. I'm saying that it's going to be. We might see a slight deterioration on his performance, and with upcoming talent, this is the way. Adam, I don't want to hear any of it. I just think that this is potentially where we start to see the decline. And if it's not this year, I could argue it's next year that Will Power moves on, whether that's somewhere else in IndyCar or, he stays with Roger and goes to IMSA. Ben, please absolutely annihilate me.
Stephen A's getting a sip.
Oh! We got the ball! Okay, no.
Okay, Jackson's running away.
Yeah, Jackson ran away scared.
I don't have to say anything. The only thing I have to say is, Alex, I'm sorry I treated you so harshly for calling Colton Herta a weak link. There's nothing.
We can walk this line, Ben. We can walk this line right now.
It's not even worth responding. I like what you got the Baja Blast. You're not forgiven for what you just said about Will Power, though. There's nothing to say. Go, Kobe, take this. I don't know what.
Kobe's crying. Like, I don't know.
What can I do with that? What can I do?
I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna say, Will Power is. I think Will Power is the type of driver, he's gonna be done when he's done. When he decides to call it a career, he decides to call it a career. I don't think it's gonna be, a situation, where Roger Penske lets go of Simon Pagenaud. Will Power has been, with Team Penske forever, and I think, Will has earned the right, kind of like a Scott Dixon, to decide, when I'm done instead of the team owner being like, hey, Will, we're gonna cut you this year. I at least think Will Power is gonna hold on for at least several more years until Miles Rowe is ready to come up into IndyCar. Yep. So I think that would be the perfect passing of the torch. Since Will Power is Miles Rowe's mentor, and we have a lot of expectations of Miles Rowe heading into this year's Indy next season. So if Miles Rowe wins this year's Indy next championship, we could potentially see him in one of the Foyt cars given the Penske Alliance next year, and then then maybe a year or so after that, it'll be a perfect passing of the torch to see Moreau replace Power in that number 12. That would be poetic, actually.
Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Kobe.
Just be grateful that you're on the other side of the country right now and you're not visiting Boston.
And I say this with zero disrespect for Will Power. We're throwing out bold takes. You're getting a bold take, Ben.
He had 4 podiums still last year. I mean,
so, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Like, I don't think there is a weak link at Penske, and maybe I'm biased. You can say that, I guess.
There's one banner you're missing back there, and it's the 12.
You're not helping me out, Jackson.
I know.
I don't know. I think Kobe's exactly right. That's exactly what's going to end up happening. Is that Miles Rowe is going to end up being who replaces Will Power eventually. But it's Will Power has 2 championships to his name. Just one, we say 2 years ago. 2 years ago in a calendar, like not even barely over a year ago at this point. So I think it's way too soon to say this. When I said Colton Herta was a weak link, he hasn't won a race in over a year. He hasn't won a championship yet. I think I have a lot more to my argument, but man, Will Power, I don't agree, but I just don't think there is a weak link at Penske. I don't know. Like that's Joe, definitely bold. Joe, I applaud you for that.
Joe, you can pick up on this, and I would like to offer with this and I'm only naming this because of how we're describing these drivers, not in how they actually are, but the battle of mid. And I want to see a live update in points every weekend. Will Power versus Colton Herta.
And but Will Power's going to win that by like 100 points.
You're not helping your case, man. Will Power.
You're helping my case.
In the same sentence? Are you serious right now?
Guys, when you Kobe and Alex worded it so perfectly I'm just saying that this could be the beginning of the end for Power's time here. That's all I'm saying. And
so
again, I don't mean that they're actually mid. That's just the first thing that came to my mind.
You could say the decline might continue. You could say maybe he's won his last championship. You could say he might maybe have another winless year. You can't put Will Power and mid in the same sentence. That's not going to work.
I'm not. And I said that as a joke. And I'm not putting Colton Herta in that category either. I'm not.
He said it as a joke.
Right.
I'm going to remember that excuse for next time I say something too out.
So I don't even know if y'all are ready for my last one here, and we're at a minute.
There's another one.
Okay. I was we're gonna be here 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
What's crazy? Okay, is Harvey getting a podium with Dale Coyne more or less crazy?
Oh well,
I don't know what
that ain't gonna happen.
Calling Will Power mid.
Okay, all right.
Harvey's
do I want to win the battle of mid? See, again, and win has numerous meanings there, right? Because like, if my driver's worse, what does that mean, right? So, I don't know.
Wait, so is that your second bold prediction that Harvey?
My second bold prediction is Harvey podiums with Coyne. I think Harvey has just the biggest pop-off season in general. Dale Coyne, again, I've said this earlier, is able to kind of bring the extraordinary out of drivers. We've seen it with Grosjean, and I think this is going to be a really, really big redemption year with him. I could easily see him. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I could easily see this guy within the top 10 for the points. If he's on par with how he was with Shank, I could really, really easily see this guy consistently in the top 10.
He's not doing the ovals as far as I understand. So I don't know if that's mathematically possible, but I think that'd be awesome if Jack Harvey got a podium. I don't see that necessarily, but that'd be really cool, especially with how it looked like his career was really close to being over if he didn't bump Rahal out of the 500 last year. Yeah. So the rumors were at that point he was going to get removed from the car after that, but I think him bumping Rahal out kept him in for a little longer. But I don't see him getting a podium. That'd be really cool, though.
That was my understanding too. I don't know. I mean, obviously they just announced their lineup today. So I think there's still a lot up in the air, and I don't know if Jack Hart, if he goes out and gets a podium or a win at St. Pete, maybe that changes things, and maybe he does end up running the full season. Who knows what's going to happen at Coyne? But to Jackson's point, he does have one podium. He got a podium with Shank at the IMS
Indy Road Course
in 2019. Yeah, so I think that's that's a nice bold prediction, Jackson.
No comment.